Okay. Hi. I'm back. And hopefully so are some of you. So we're gonna see if we can't get the stream going again. Thank you for tuning in. This is again fun speculation on YouTube. And we're going to watch Far Cry 6 gameplay live. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to I've been setting stuff up on the fly. So I'm trying to make sure that I got all of this right. How are you guys doing? And let's see here. Bear with me. Yeah, for those of you that don't understand what's going on because you're watching this after the fact, I just went live with this and I had a little bit of trouble with the video on the playback. So I just restarted a new stream using a different platform, and I'm kind of scrambling to make things work. So we're gonna get it going, and I want to watch this gameplay live with chat. So let's see here, and let's see, bum 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 bum. Ooh, there we go. And that's working. Hello. And I'm going to actually make this full screen. We don't need the other little thing in the background. And also don't need that. There we go. Yeah, setting it up on the fly. Let's go. You guys let me know if you can hear me okay. And all that jazz. Let's see. I wanted to do this too. Hold on. Bum, bum, bum. Hello, chat. How are you doing? And hey, look what we just did. All right, we're about ready. I'm about ready to play this. So, wow, I don't know if I should go through everything again about being a Far Cry fan and stuff, you know. But for those of you that are popping back into this new stream, thank you so much. I appreciate it. We're gonna watch Far Cry 6 gameplay now. I on Xbox Series X, which is what I am going to be playing it on. So that has me excited to be able to see this game live. Shout out to Micah. Thank you for hopping back in to the new stream. Sorry about the trouble on the other one. I'm hoping we don't run into the same issue. I don't think we will. And let me know if the audio is okay, because I've been messing with a lot of settings and stuff today, troubleshooting things, and because I got some new equipment, as you can see. So let's get to the game. Here we go. I'm going to fast forward. Let's go.
Folks, welcome to Yada. I am your host, Chris Waters, joined by my host, Yusuf Magid, here on this special episode of Ubisoft News Plays. And Yusuf, we have a special guest here, don't we?
Oh, we do, Chris. We are joined by narrative designer on Far Cry 6, Naveed Khavari. Naveed, how are you today?
I am good. How are you guys doing?
This is the Far Cry Primals thing.
We are so stoked. We are checking out Far Cry 6. This is footage running on the Xbox Series X. Now, a few housekeeping notes as we approach the Valle Prehistorico here. This footage is pre-recorded. We've edited together some chunks to give you a great array of gameplay across the region of El Este here in Yara. We're going to see a lot of different action, a lot of different mechanics. We'll be talking with Naveed about what we're seeing and also taking your questions in chat. We are streaming live to Twitch, on Ubisoft's channel, on Xbox's channel, and on others. We're glad to have you all there, and on YouTube as well. If you want to ask questions or just holler at us about what you're seeing, join us in the chat on the Ubisoft channel or the Xbox channel. And now, Naveed, it's time for a
Chris
little nature
Waters,
walk here
Yusuf
down the
McGeed,
old
and
Citadel
Naveed
Natural
Kavari.
Zone. We are approaching an FND base.
That's right. These are Anton's military bases that are throughout Yara.
Is it
But
still
before
choppy?
we get into that, I have a question
No,
for you
okay.
guys.
It's smooth now, right?
Did you notice the Easter
Cool.
egg
All right, what's up, 10
that
feet?
you literally just drove by? That's the question.
There was a big old saber-toothed tiger. Is that what we're talking
Close.
about? Is it Far Cry
Close.
Primal
there's
reference?
there's a pretty big primal reference. From our friend You'll
From our
find.
friend
Oh,
Wait,
really?
Yeah.
was it visible in the footage?
That's all I'm saying. That's all
Oh,
I'm saying.
because I'm about to rewind
And
this
as a
one back.
writer, as one of the writers of Urk, I
So-
feel
so
I
wh-
had to say
I'm
something.
noticing it's very like
I don't know
colorful
if I
for
ruined
Far
it
Cry
too
so
long,
far.
but-
I know people.
Like a lot of vivid
I know
colors.
people
Like,
run this back.
And that-
I can't wait to
Well,
watch
Sarah,
this in
right?
4K if they
If you
release it
wanna
in
find this
4K.
place, it's gonna be in the far southeast area.
But it's,
of
everything's very
Now, there's a
vivid.
big region here in Yara.
Like you even see like the red stripes on the trees,
Different regions
the
tend to have
red
kind of different
flags,
personalities, different kind of
purple
dominating
flowers.
traits. Talk to us a little bit about where we're at in El Este.
Well, in LS,
That's
they
the good old school weapon wheel from Far Cry. They haven't changed that a bit.
So it's a lot of elevation, a lot of grappling hooks, and sniping from mountain heights. And also, it is where, in sort of the ecosystem of Anton's Yara, this is where they produce what we call the poison, which is the chemical they spray on the tobacco leaves.
Just noticing
that
lots of
produces the
vividness.
Cancer treatment.
And they're also going with a little bit of a Far
there's
Cry
tons
3
of
aesthetic
gameplay
with some of this
opportunities
stuff.
as well as narrative opportunities here with that poison that hopefully we see you in game.
That vegetation isn't looking so hot right there.
Yeah,
We shall
it's highly
see.
combustible. It's highly combustible.
The cacti,
So,
whatever those are.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's sort of one of the most crucial areas.
It's cool that they're
and
just
it's
like
also
showing like
where they ship the Vivira out. So it's one of the major ports is there. And it's all run by Admiral Benitez and Mr. McKay, who
ain't gonna lie, like
see just yet. But
I mean
they have a
it's
very
more
dynamic
definitely crispy, but
relationship. It's a lot of,
We
it
will-
would not be good on
they
TV.
need to update the engine on Far Cry or
Oh
something
my
because it looks a
goodness.
little
Gotta get each other
dated,
off.
but yeah.
Each other off.
Overall,
I
like
it. Now
it's
I'm gonna,
still
like,
that
contextualize
doesn't
this a
matter.
little bit.
For me,
It's not
Far Cry is all
overkill
about
if
the
you're leader,
gameplay.
you're the Admiral of the Navy.
They're
you're
supposed
in
to
Castillo's
be.
cabinet.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, McKay is like an import exporter. If you've ever met someone who says they're an import exporter,
There is a lot of
immediately
vegetation
they're
and
doing
and
something
stuff though.
illegal.
Like you look, it's
So,
like moving too.
He's that
Hey, I will
person.
have you know, my great
A lot of
uncle
flowers,
is
again,
import
vivid
exporter.
colors.
And does he always wear sunglasses even indoors? Maybe. But we don't ask questions. We don't ask questions.
Yusuf is learning.
Man, I'm
things
having
about
like Far
family,
Cry
we're
3
learning
like
things about Far
flashbacks
Cry
now with this
6.
game.
It's just a learning experience all around this morning. Now, I'm interrupting a lesson here. People are trying to learn how to fly a helicopter, and I'm really trying to do it a little stealthy here. Obviously, I didn't quite nail that last machete thing, but like doing a quick study. Gotta get the helicopter.
Yeah, at least the
see
plants
Easter-
react to your movement
there's a
100%.
little, get to the chopper Easter egg in that scenario. If you folks take a closer look. at
Vivid
this
colors
artwork.
again, even with the blood.
Clip it out. Clip out these Easter eggs. I want to see some clips from this stream a little bit
There's
later
a
on.
lot of Easter eggs in this game. I can promise you that.
Well, you got so much space to work with, and it's just
Did you
like.
take the alarm out? I don't know if you did.
Yeah, the alarms I think are taken.
I'm
out
loving.
so
I have to be honest. I
deftly make my
I know I
3D
keep
scenario
saying
by
that. It's so
sliding off a
stupid.
cliff and landing.
I've been I've been saying that a lot lately. I have to be honest because I lie all the time. I have, but this time I'm not gonna lie. I have to be honest about. It's so stupid. Anyway,
But we
I have to say,
Xbox Series X, or Chris was rather.
I really like
This is the only Xbox Series X footage you're gonna find today of Far Cry 6.
that they
Ooh, exclusive.
just blatantly don't change some things, right? Like
They
they don't like, oh, we need to make this different just for the sake of it being different, right? Like, if something is not necessarily broke, you don't have to fix it, right? Or you don't have to change it just for the sake of it looking newer. Like that weapon wheel, it looks like they took it straight out of the last couple Far Cry games, and it
Maybe I gotta
works.
give a
It's like
shout out
perfect,
to,
right? Like
Ubisoft
no reason to
brought us
change
Lupa.
it.
We worked really closely with Ubisoft Montreal, and they handled a lot of, or the majority of LSD region, and you could sort of feel the
They put
nods
the
and
resources
references
where
over Far Cry.
it's gonna make the
and
biggest impacts.
They did a fantastic job.
Now,
What are you gonna do this chopper? What are you
what
gonna do
we're
this
seeing here, this is our first glimpse in this stream of a resolver weapon. The resolver weapons, of course, are the improvised.
Yeah, this is
really
like Far Cry
heavy
3 on
hitting
crack.
weapons that the rebels put together.
That's what it
That
is.
one in particular is like a sniper meets a sticky explosive launcher, and I mean, it's
well, that's
just
the
so
beauty
good.
with the team that put those together. Did such a great job of allowing you to see the individual pieces that are scrounged together from everyday life, thrown together to make a weapon. You know, my favorite is and it's a few people's favorite, I think, is the El Pequeño, which is essentially
What, like, how does this
motorcycle
weapon
engine
work?
strapped to a turbo that turns into a Gatling gun.
Oh
Look
my
at this.
god.
That thing revs up, and it's like, it gets pretty hard to control, but man, does it mow them down. It is so good.
Yeah.
We will see a couple more resolver weapons throughout the course of this stream, folks, so stay tuned.
Oh wow, it's like a long
Wrapping up the
stream.
FND
Holy
bit
shit.
here. But I also noticed, Far
Okay.
Cry is a series that...
Oh man.
So,
Is that
okay.
the Medico backpack?
Yeah, so this is the Supremo backpack. This is
Nice.
I forget what it's called, but basically it sends it. You can see the health bar is now yellow. I've got a whole extra pool of health, and it allows me to do machete takedowns on anybody.
God, I love this
This one's particularly
transparency
nasty.
though. Before a game comes out too.
These first,
Like you,
So unnecessary.
if anybody wants to know what Far Cry
Let me
6
get
is,
you
just
an
watch this. Like you don't have any more
excruciating
questions
pain
anymore. You know.
There's a special irony that you just used the Medico backpack.
Like a lot of times these devs could and companies can get like really nitpicked on these things because they do this, but I
you don't
appreciate
win a
it.
revolution by breaking a few eggs, I believe, is how the saying goes.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair.
So now we're going to jump a little bit to another section of gameplay, and this is where we're going to meet one of the revolutionary groups you get entangled with here.
Yeah, it's amazing.
La Morale.
Like it's just unapologetically, hey, this is what the game is. You know, like
Yeah, one of the
if you're excited for it, check it out. And here's what we're doing with the game, and here it is running. Like tons of gameplay, just not cut up. You know,
These are sort of the old revolutionaries in the mountains.
I'm seeing lots of stuff I'm loving.
Which is a group of university students that have banded together.
Thanks for coming back to the new stream, KhAos.
Very, very militant, and have some of my favorite characters in the game. And it's
What's
one
up,
of
Jasper?
the things too that like you look at these revolutions.
This is the only game that Ubisoft's showing off. Yeah, you're right, Jasper. And what's up, Jasper? How you doing, dude?
Actually, a lot of different groups fighting for control. So
yeah, and this guy Calixto is about to give us a little bit of an anecdote about La Morale's operating methods. So the story he's in the middle of here is that
Question,
Deadwolf
Jasper.
half this town for protesting.
Am I coming through both speakers?
yeah,
Track them down.
yeah. And the thing with La Morale is that they're led by Yelena, who is they're all university students, and her second.
I'm loving
Aldenron,
this
who
little
hopefully
helicopter
gets to
trip
meet
or whatever.
soon as well. But their methods are, let's just say, much more brutal than the Legends and even Libertad. They don't care about Clara Garcia or Libertad or even you.
Oh, you don't have to go get a headset, dude. I was just messing.
They absolutely do, yeah. Honron especially.
I am?
Is,
Okay, cool. Thanks.
is an
Thanks.
absolute
Thanks, Micah.
firecracker. Yeah, I got to meet her a little bit when I was playing earlier, but I wanted to show off this mission because this is like, you are basically trying to make good with La Morale after a little supply disagreement, and you're going in to rescue some captives, and of course the rescue is happening out on this boat.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now y'all know how we're getting down to this boat.
Yeah. Can you guess how you're gonna get to the boat?
Jump.
That's
Wingsuit.
the question.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
If I've learned anything about Chris Waters from streaming with him for 2 years now,
I can't wait
that
to
this
stream
man
this game and
loves a wingsuit.
fucking just
Oh,
fly.
really, Chris?
It's like do whatever.
There's 2 things in Far Cry 6.
Oh my
that
gosh.
Immediately is the wingsuit and a horse.
And look at
That's
this landing! Look at this landing!
That's it.
This is like my proudest moment in this whole gameplay.
That
right
is
there.
well done.
That was very well done.
Well done.
Also, we got some folks in the
Ooh.
chat pointing out that there was a Canadian flag flying over this vessel,
I
Naveed.
thought I saw that.
I wonder why.
Yo, it goes into third person for that? That's crazy. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, he's a Canadian import exporter, and he may or may not talk about.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a great. That's what Far Cry games are. Is just
Oh,
deep-
great open world games.
You get a 10 bits reference.
Yeah.
So this is another look at that Supremo backpack. Now these are these things you wear.
Yeah,
on
I
your
agree,
charge
Micah.
Up and can unleash devastating kind of ability or something to really help support. And this one is the.
I really wish they would fix it. And you can get the chat up on the screen, but you can't type anything.
Also, you swapped it, but the El Susuro, the nail gun, which is just perfect for stealth. You know, there's
I
very
have to
particular
say too,
project
the
you can run
like the
with
makeshift
using El
weapons,
Susuro.
I
It's
could
like a 2-week period.
do with or
What do you
without
use
those.
El Susuro?
I just want
And I was
regular
thinking about it
guns,
before,
you
it's
know.
like,
But
during the development of these things, you because different weapons are coming.
we'll see
online
how
at
they
different
are.
points, You kind of find your weapon and then you stick with it. It becomes sort of like Old Faithful.
Oh yeah, and
You
so
got some people trapped down there.
yeah, this is the most unnecessary rappel down there, but I didn't really know what I was getting into. You gotta be safe here.
Oh damn, it's like just people in crates and shit.
Safety
You know, Chris,
first.
some people
Far Cry.
play Far Cry incredibly stealthy. You know, no one sees them coming. No one, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'll do a lot of times. I'll get like a
all the enemies on the entire boat without making a peep.
assault rifle. I'll have like a silencer on it.
You know what? I appreciate that. About
I'll have like a
You know, there's a lot of ways to.
semi-automatic rifle or something, right?
My number one method is to attempt stealth for a solid.
Then I'll go around and I'll try and take out guys. I'll use bow and arrow, whatever, and then it'll fail, and then just all out chaos. I'll whip out the grenade launcher and just start blasting shit away. What's up, crazy? How's it going, dude?
Backpack. And we're gonna actually see that in a little bit. A lot of flames, folks.
A lot
Get
of
excited.
flames. Not the safest backpack.
For me, it's always about like a sandbox of fun, you know, like
Oh yes.
Far Cry is.
Whenever you're overthrown,
But it's still realistic enough to, but like,
that's the rule number one.
it's not too silly.
Chris, do you feel like we're judging your gameplay right now, your play style, or you feel
That's
like
live streaming, baby. I mean, even though this is pretty.
Ooh, that
Wow.
was nice.
that was perfect. Look at this.
See, you know, the kid's got some chops. But no, you know, folks, if you watch Ubisoft News Plays, you know that we're all about having fun with the game. Like, sometimes
It
you
looks
have to
like
play
they
it,
kind of
other
like
times,
took that
it's a little
classic
rough and
Far
ready, but
Cry
stay positive
and
with
just
that
kind of
little
ramped
side.
everything up.
That's the Persian side of me. I gotta make sure you're both okay, like everything's fine. Did you need a snack?
I like the lightning in this storm was like very timed at certain. There were certain moments where it was just like incredibly atmospheric, just in the timing in the background. It was very fun.
LSD has some of my favorite sort of set piece missions where you just feel like it's epic and you're going hard, and yeah, this is one of many. And this is one of the ships as well. You know, the sort of Navy theme is throughout. They're preventing anyone from escaping Yara, while at the same time funneling in all the Viviro in and out as you shoot down a plane and engulf yourself in flames.
Hey, baby.
No, look. Yes, that's exactly what you can look forward to, folks. When
I
Far
am
Cry 6
streaming,
comes out
watching
on
Far
October
Cry 6
7th,
gameplay.
We had some folks asking about chorizo in chat. Don't you worry, we get a lot of amigos coming up. We've got chorizo, we've got guapo, we've got chicharron. Stay tuned.
Huh?
They're coming your
You're
way.
waiting an extremely long time to not use
Because it's a new game coming. Everybody's
Well, here's the
excited.
thing. I have not recruited chorizo at this point in the game, so we're gonna go and
fair.
we're gonna recruit chorizo. We're gonna meet this absolute
Huh?
tyrant of a rooster.
No, those are the
Chorizo,
guys showing the
like,
game.
I don't think I was prepared for how much of a chip on its shoulder chorizo
Love
has.
you.
Like,
Oh, you mean
chorizo is
chicharron?
Yeah, the
Chicharron,
Chicharron.
sorry, Chicharron.
Is it what?
Chorizo has no chip. Chorizo
no,
you
no,
just
no.
want to hug and raise for yourself.
Chorizo's all vibes. Chicharron though is just
Got it.
angry, pissed off, and just ready
Okay,
to
baby.
cause havoc.
Love you.
Chicharron is everyone at 18, I think. That's how I see Chicharron. At 18,
Pure
you just hit a point. Yeah,
Location reminds me of Just Cause.
yeah.
I think it's the
Folks, as
aesthetic.
we're, dealing with
Like
a
with
ton
the
of bumps
lightning
on
and
the
the
chaos
chaos,
here on the boat. Feel free to
all
throw
of
a
that.
question or two into
It kind of
the
I got
chat
the same
or,
feeling. You know the
talk
location. You know, you may be right about the
over
location
there.
too, because it's
We
got
can
that
see the
like
chat in there.
Jump in.
And so let me know if you want to know something. How old is
islandy
this
/
pre-recorded Spacecraft? I recorded
like
this
I don't know, like
last week at the end of the week due to some technical
Spanish type
limitations, we had to do it
feel to
this
it,
way,
right?
just based on the fact of like keeping everything secure in a pre-release environment. But also this allows us to like give you the highlights here and there and show a diversity of areas, of weapons, and everything like that. So that's why we wanted to tune it this way for this stream for you. My ride is here.
So we got a James Bond exit here.
Eliahu over in the Xbox chat asking, how
Right on,
is,
Crazy.
co-op in the
Thanks,
game? Is
man.
it possible to play through the whole game in co-op just like Far Cry 5?
It is absolutely possible to play the entire game in co-op. Happy to report that. It's an absolute blast playing Far Cry in co-op.
The entire game playable co-op.
And yeah, and you will, you know, there's the host and then the co-op player. The host keeps the sort of campaign progression, but you keep your player progression. It's all your weapons and all of that stuff as well. So it's
And that's
pretty
no joke,
ready to
'cause
go.
Nice.
the resources you gather, like we'll see a little bit of weapon customization in just a little bit, folks. But the resources you gather really go a long way towards tuning those weapons, towards making them, you know, a lot more versatile and impactful.
Love you, babe.
Oh god.
You need those Resolver materials, and do you want to get some Resolver weapons going?
Gotta get the pills. Naveed, I don't. Some people are asking as well about.
Here we go.
crossplay. Do you know if co-op crossplay is possible?
Yeah, this is a nice burst
I
rifle.
believe it is. I'm not going to say 100% because someone might throw something at me, but I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
Let me investigate. We'll follow up. Try and give y'all a definitive answer on that one.
Oh yeah, me too. Digital.
This ally just happened to get injured through no fault of my own. Exactly. You know, it's dark.
It's not your fault
the sun
at
is
all.
setting. But look, I revived him. We get a slow-mo explosion of the boat. It's
in the moonlight as well. Look at this.
Oh yeah. I really like that effect, the slowdown effect. Like when the mission is completed, like it's just
It's
like
the walk away
perfect
from
come
explosion
down.
so slowly effect.
Love it. Look, that's I like the nighttime and the ocean aesthetic there. Look, that looks good, man.
Yeah, see, now you're
With the
pissing
fire
off
on the
at
ship.
this point.
Yeah. And there's some open world mechanics we're gonna see a little later as well that are like you start to cause a lot of trouble. Trouble's gonna find you in addition to you know, you seeking it out.
You gotta be careful, and that's one thing. You know, we talked a lot with our designers and our world director Ben Hall. We always wanted that feeling of the world pushing back. You know, so it's not just like you're going about and the world doesn't exist around you. And yeah, if you start messing with it, Anton will send his special forces. Oh, Chicharron.
Oh, here we go.
Chicharron. Oh man.
I really like this guy.
This guy looks crazy, dude. He's got like a freaking garden tool
Even though he's
for
lost
freaking hand.
to Chicharron.
Literally, Chicharron ripped off his arm.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jandy in chat that says, "Damn, that rooster had drip."
Oh yeah, you're gonna see that. You're gonna see Chicharron faux show.
And yes, he just the way he says Chicharron. There's like the longest period where people were just yelling that on the floor. It's like
This
a
guy's
battle cry.
crazy, dude.
There it is. See? Perfect.
Not going paperless.
Not going paperless, right? Right?
Chicharron, first and foremost, is an environmentalist.
Very environmentally conscious in Far Cry 6.
I really like that kind of mission briefing because you get so much character from the mission giver, and it really like helps paint this picture of who this maniacal rooster is.
And what's different this go around is you get a lot the sort of mission briefings we get a lot closer, you know, with the characters. So you get to see all the little details in their face and their clothes and their gear and all that. Oh, what are you gonna pick, Chris?
Ooh.
Well, we're still pretty early on here, so I don't have a ton of weapons unlocked. So just mixing it up.
You want to know the hardest thing with game dev is
tell me.
You know you actually play the game as you should play it, and you can't just use cheats. So like every time I play a game once it's released, like my hand is
Hey, what's up,
flying all over
expert?
the controller and everything's. I'm like, what is going on? Where are all my cheats, man?
Where's my stuff?
I mean, the graphics are good. They're not like, whoa, this is next gen shit. You know, there's nothing crazy. But it looks like they did is they added so much more to the environments in the world. Like they filled everything up. It's like there's so much. It's much more dense and lots more of just everything.
You want to take off.
And that's how they chose to use the resources to make it more of a playground instead of going for like, oh, this guy to have the best visuals out there, which for me is great. That's what I would want. It does look better for sure.
Backpack in the main slot, 3 primary weapons and a sidearm, and then 5 gear pieces. And there's a lot of different ways to like customize the whole.
I mean, this too, like especially when you're in the town, is when I think the visuals come alive. What's up, KY?
You can do like a cosmetic customization and swap out the look and keep the stats, which I know Yusuf, you were still.
And that's a shift. Is your progression is tied a lot to your gear, which gives you a lot more freedom in terms of your play style. That I think folks are going to appreciate.
And one of the things I noticed about the gear was some of
the cock almost got hit.
I was kind of expecting it to,
he's got a like a fucking thing around his neck.
But one of the gloves was like, when you catch on fire, the fire will be put out because of these gloves. And there were some shoes that were like, you resist getting knocked over by melee attacks. And I was like, put these on. I need those.
Yeah, and whether it's
gotta love that cock.
Gear, if you wear a certain vest.
Is his feet glowing?
The poison that the army throws you, so you're kind of problem solving depending on the situation. Look at this. Chicharron waits for nobody.
Speaking of problem solving,
just starting things.
Damn, vicious.
That's what we wanted to get across with Chicharron. Is you don't know if you're fighting with him or he's fighting with you. You don't know what he's fighting, but there's fighting.
Our mission here is to protect Chicharron. I don't feel like Chicharron needs any protection.
No, not really. I think the rest of the world needs protection from Chicharron.
Yeah. Oh God, what is this weapon, Chris?
Oh, I feel like this is just a tease because we're actually going inside. The fireworks. Wait, am I going to use the fireworks?
Yeah, camera's so small up there. There you go.
I was worried about Chicharron. I don't want to kill Chicharron. But you'll see some fireworks later. Don't worry. That's like Chekhov's fireworks launcher. We'll see some.
I love it. I'm loving it. It's got like the interior environments too.
Speaking of
Chicharron, the moment. Oh, go ahead.
Ooh,
what the wow? That's new.
Shout it out because that's where it is.
That was very just cauzy.
I love that you saved it for the document, the library, basically, to unload.
Absolutely.
So Far Cry.
Look, Chicharron hates these documents, and I'm trying to help out my little buddy here.
That's it. Chicharron knows what to do. Man, the moment we saw... I think the turning point with Chicharron was when he got the collar. Once he got the punk rock collar, everything sort of fell into place.
I'm digging those like neon spurs or whatever. I don't know what you call them on a rooster. Yeah. Those like the back like claw.
Yeah, the spurs. They're spurs.
Yeah, and you know what I'm loving most about this game?
Folks, asking in chat, I do have some
Is this
clarification
like
on co-op. So co-op is possible between
their
generations
focus
of the
was
same
just
platforms,
about the
so like
game
Xbox One to Xbox
play,
Series
the
X and S.
gameplay,
It
and
is not
the fun
available
of the game.
across
It seems like with the
systems,
development
so
of it.
Xbox and PlayStation crossplay is not there, but cross save and cross progression is live for everyone. So if you own the game on multiple platforms, you have one save. Your save carries over from one to the next.
There you go.
Yeah, got him.
2 notes.
Sup, Rick?
As we continue.
Yeah, live at a
some
normal
looks
time.
Of Chicharron, because you can customize you can get your amigos in different outfits. We're going to see a little bit of those later. Also, if you want to go back and pause the stream when we were just looking at that document, you can learn a little bit more about Yelena, the leader of La Moral that we were talking about earlier, that who Navid was talking about. That was like a little dossier on her, and you can see exactly what kind of threat the army thinks she is. Now, Chicharron, in addition to having like a endless bloodlust and hatred for Castillo's soldiers, also like he's got an ego, man.
Yeah, like I want
He wants people to know that
more
he's
of this
here,
from
so
games.
This is concluding.
I mean, he's the cock of the walk. He's a rooster. He's showing off.
Absolutely. So you gotta
Like
let
you
folks
just
know
watch this and just think
who
about
was-
how much
who was
fun
the
you can
one
have,
crashing
right?
this building.
It's not trying to be like, it's not focusing on a gimmick.
The music, right? That's what the music makes it.
They probably had a blast making this.
Look at him. Look how happy he is. Always happy to help you out,
It's
Chicharron.
nothing like an abruptly ended screaming guitar solo.
Now we have one more Chicharron mission before we can recruit him as an amigo, and we're gonna hop into that now. Before we do that, folks, just a quick note about the footage you're seeing. It's captured from an Xbox Series X, pre-recorded so we could show you a bunch of different segments and edit them together. So we have chunk here, chunk there, chunk there, and of course we're streaming it at 1080p, 60 frames a second, because that's sort of our optimal how we want to stream to you. But of course, settings will exist for higher graphical fidelity and whatnot as your home setup permits.
One of the things I want to point out briefly, Navid, that I'm a big fan of, and we talked a little about gear, outfitting your Danny with what you want them, what gear you want them to have, and the stats that come along with it. But the thing I'm really big fan, I'm really glad you all had this in at launch.
Have they
being able to
confirmed
customize the
4K
appearance
60?
of those
I know it's
gears.
60, but have they confirmed
So
4K?
basically, the way it works is if you
I'm
have a piece
interested
of
to
gear, you like the stats of the piece of gear, but maybe you don't like
find
the
that
gear
out.
necessarily. You can swap out the appearance with another gear item of the same category that you already own, which I think
It's a massive
Especially-
roster. It's huge.
it's a huge roster. There's so many things to choose from.
I could have swore
as
they
you
like
unlock
even
them.
when the game was
But the thing that
announced,
I
they
think
shortly
the reason I'm so
said
happy
that
about
shortly
this,
after.
is that Far Cry 6 has third-person cutscenes.
Here's where the visuals really start to get impressive when you come up on this like a very like
Absolutely. Yeah,
forested,
that was a
tropical
big,
tree
let's see if it
area,
works
whatever.
moment
I mean,
several
you
years
can-
ago that thankfully
I mean,
paid
this is a
off.
lot
Yeah, that was
of
one the
vegetation.
reasons we wanted to do third-person cutscenes. Not only that you're sort of more invested. I love how angry at the mongoose he is. First of all,
He's not having it.
but yeah,
That's an
it's,
impressive cock.
It's one of those things where you get to be a bit more invested in Danny's story, but also you get to see, your Danny, doing their thing and interacting with the characters. So it instantly worked when we tried it out. It was fantastic. Just he doesn't hold back, does he?
No.
It's
Oh
like-
no.
'cause
Oh god.
He's also like, I'm not just taking out this dude.
He took out the barrel. Wow,
That's it.
that's crazy.
Because he knows what's gonna happen. He knows.
So for folks who missed it, this mission right now, we have to keep Chicharron alive while he wrecks the monument. Now, I've seen people call this a follow and protect mission. If you're watching Chicharron in action, it's not. It's like a follow and keep up. Cause
Sort of, yeah.
Damn.
Come
This is
along.
Rooster.
for the
Heal.
ride.
it's so
Yeah, this
vicious.
is Chicharron is Batman and you're Robin. Here,
Definitely a high chaos amigo. We'll see a stealthy amigo situation with Chorizo.
Dude, how many times do you get to talk about a walking
One of the
rooster
games we played,
in a
the
game?
was
I gotta say it whenever I get the chance.
Montreal was to see how many times we could get the word chicharron in the dialogue. So if you play it, it's like chicharron is either in every sentence or every other sentence. It's just one of those nerdy little things.
Oh, it's so fun
Damn.
to say. Now, I want to talk about this resolver weapon. It's called El Muro, which means the wall, if I'm not mistaken. Because you got this huge shield, and then basically a revolver shotgun. And then we got the flare strike.
God, it looks so much fun.
There we go.
Wow.
So when things get hot, having El Muro around is really helpful because you got that big shield. You can also melee with that shield. So good. It's so good. I like that little table there is all set up for like a nice, it's where the champagne glasses is for the soldiers to like inaugurate this situation. And of course, what Far Cry is complete without a little grenade
Well, you
launcher
talked about the resolver weapons and even with the way you customize your weapon.
Yeah, they just showing us everything. It's so freaking awesome, man.
Philosophy in Far Cry 6 from Juan Cortez, our guerrilla spy master, of just the right tool for the right job. So if there's a job you want to get done, you'll find the right tool, right? So whether that's a resolver weapon, whether that's a Supremo, you can adapt to any situation. Super fun.
Absolutely. And here's that El Muro again. Watch how hard this thing hits is just so satisfying.
I love the idea of it having a shield too.
Yeah.
You like it even more
Yeah,
when you're
shield.
literally catching on fire,
Right,
trying not to go down.
Wait, speaking of that, I'm so happy you caught on fire there, Chris. Because I think any Far Cry veteran
Yeah, for me it's
caught
this,
themselves on fire, you know,
Halo,
or you know,
Battlefield.
DNA.
yeah. There's a mission fairly early on in the
Dying
game
Light 2.
where, you're given the flamethrower for the first time, Naveed, but you're also given
Fire and
a pair
Fury. Fire and Fury.
a pair of gloves though that you know, it's a gear item, and their unique ability is that if you
Forza.
are caught on fire, you are automatically put out because of these gloves.
Oh yeah.
And it was a complete
So
game
useful.
changer.
Yeah.
Another thing, this inspires you
There's so many
confidence
things
that the
like
game's ready.
Sort of what I'm getting at, the right tool for the right job. Like,
You know what I mean?
you know, whether it's, you know, armor-piercing rounds, you know, vests that, you know, repel poison and fire, that kind of thing, or gloves. You know, shoes that'll help you go a little faster, that type of thing. It's one of those things that you really can. You have so much freedom to do what you want. I'm just in awe. You really like this.
It's
the
so
Murray.
good. But look at this.
Oh, yeah.
So it's hit so hard, but this is one of the enemies that really surprised me because it's, you know, they've obviously
You gotta
got
aim
the
for the
elite
helmet.
look. They've got the helmet, but that dude is also throwing down deployable shields, like, and
That's
taking
it.
cover behind them. They're tenacious, but we have solutions for that, as you can see.
Oh, the Exterminator.
Wow.
I swear to God, once the Exterminator came online, that is all I used for a solid like 3 months. It's just
Chat is loving the
so
Exterminator.
satisfying. So satisfying.
It is so good. And then
Here we go.
there he is.
Wow.
Just wait. Oh, it's coming.
He sure does.
Where is he? There he is.
God, he's big. I'm not gonna say it. I almost said it. I almost said it.
We're friends.
Now you've created a
There
monument
you go.
to Chicharron.
Now we can all go home happy.
Now, I did not see this question in chat, but I know it's in the back of your mind, folks. Can you pet the Chicharron? We have answers for you here exclusively on Ubisoft. Well, no, not exclusively. Just it's going to happen right now. You're going to see what happens when you try to go in for the scritches.
Stroke it. Hey, come on. Oh, it's pierced.
Back
It's pierced.
Minded
Hey, what's up,
Boots.
Eternal?
You could not pet the
Very
rooster.
Fresh Prince fans out there.
You cannot. Want to address a question in chat. Folks are asking about some PC specs and, you know, console specs. More information is going to be posting on that pretty soon. If you're curious how it's going to run on your PC, what kind of settings you can get into, we're going to have more information on that. Keep an eye on news.ubisoft.com in the lead up to the release, which is just over a month away. Far Cry 6 launching on October 7th.
Is that the guy from Breaking Bad?
Soldiers here trying
No.
trying to make a nice monument to their
Sup, Ali?
Not happening.
It's funny with the
Not happening.
pet animations are the ones that so much love goes into and so much personality, and that goes all the way back. The team at Toronto, a lot of us worked on Primal, and that's kind of where a lot of that kicked off. And like people make their, I can't wait for people to make their little, the sort of
Get on that
YouTube
horse.
comp reels of all the pet animations.
This is 3-Bit's worst enemy here. He wouldn't even attempt this.
Yeah, you are, Chris.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you are.
Listen, I want to give people what they want, Naveed. You know?
Absolutely.
You know it. You know they want it. We know they want it. So we've got Chicharon pets. We've got horse pets. I think we've got 2 or 3 more coming in the stream. Assorted pets. So.
And I'll tell you, like there are.
I mean, look how much. Look at all the trees.
Yara.
It's so pretty too. Wow.
And all this shit. The horse is my #1 go-to. Like it just works so well, and I don't get nauseous on it, which is amazing. If you've ever been horse riding, like this is not actual horse riding. It's like what you think horse riding is gonna be like.
What are your guys' thoughts? Like, I'm thinking they nailed this.
Horse riding is a lot more discomfort as you. I don't know, man. The first time I trotted on a horse,
I just want to play it.
You have to time it, right?
You gotta time it.
Love the environment setting.
Butt to saddle, absolutely, just getting tenderized. So I finished that situation. A dude rolled by on a horse. I said, "That's my horse now, thank you." And then just kind of like rode over the hill because I was like, maybe I'll go find something. And lo and behold, stumbled upon this military ambush site at these out on the outskirts of this like little agricultural complex. And here is where we're gonna do a little stealth, folks. You guy has some stealth chops. We're gonna see some stealth here.
Ooh, okay, Chris.
I know, Yusuf. I know you like.
Pressure's
I know you
on,
want it.
Chris. Pressure's on.
We got some.
How you gonna do stealth
We got our little binocular
with that fucker?
About turning off health bars and stuff like that. There's a lot of HUD customization that you can do, and I believe that is among.
And you're going for that airdrop over there, that orange smoke.
Yes.
You want some of that.
I want that. Well, because now
to craft your weapon upgrades and all that business.
Yeah, as I was playing, I was sort of getting more of a idea for what
Chorizo.
do what. And so now you see the Amigo menu.
Now
We
you're
got
giving
chorizo.
the fans what they want.
We do. But look, so there. A look at Chorizo's abilities. As you use his abilities, you can unlock new ones.
Oh, really?
Just go back and clip this out here, folks, to get a closer look.
Tiny legs. So small.
What's up, Black? How's it going?
For Chorizos here.
Look at that.
For me,
my
it's
God,
like
the
it's a
blade.
Far Cry game that they like made more Far Cry.
This is
Like it's like Far Cry times 11.
Oh.
This is
Oh,
like
there you go.
Feliz Navidad.
It just looks like it's made out of pure fun. Is it like the most graphically astounding game ever? No, but I don't think that's where they chose their resources when they made this. Like, it seems like their #1 focus was fun, and they filled up the world with so much shit. There's just so much stuff everywhere, dude. Like, even like how dense the vegetation is, and you got so many buildings in this one encampment. You got lots of enemies. It's the sandbox game, right? And I think they chose to make it the most fun sandbox possible, as opposed to have it be like this less full graphical showpiece, if that makes sense. Like, so when I'm playing a Far Cry game, it's all about that fun of the environment and creating different scenarios and going about things how you approach and living in that sandbox world like you're on this island and you're just it just looks like they had the right idea when they were making this game to me. It's like a love letter for Far Cry.
On the mocap floor, we created a model chorizo with wheels and like wood.
Oh my god!
It was nowhere. It was actually kind of scary to look at because.
Yeah, to be honest with you,
no
like
eyes
I'm sold when you tell me there's a new Far Cry game come out, right?
Still, you got the emotion. You get the emotion out.
But
I am waiting for my chorizo plushie. I'm still waiting.
we haven't really seen a lot except for a bunch of story type trailers that had a bunch of little quick gameplay clips. But seeing this, it like assures me that it's Far Cry.
Exactly. I was,
And it's going to play like Far Cry, but they just give you more. Like, and I don't mean just more as in another game. I mean this game is more Far Cry than any other Far Cry before it.
I see you in the chat. Best boy was a good clarification there. I called chorizo good.
Yeah, and it's gonna have all that too, Micah.
The best boy.
60 frames Far Cry hits different. If you guys haven't played Far Cry 5 or Far Cry 4, then turn FPS boost on. You have to go to manual. You have to go to the options, like not the in-game options, but you have to go into like the manage games and add-ons, and then toggle the FPS boost on and the compatibility options. When you do that, because of the way the Far Cry engine works, how those games were enhanced for Xbox One X, you lose the One X res enhancements, but you gain 60 frames. Now, to be honest, like with FPS boost on, they look, they like 1080 or so, right? So they're not the like astounding resolution or whatever with FPS boost on, but you can instantly feel the difference of Far Cry at 60. The game just feels different when you shoot, when you move around, pan the camera. It's so much better.
And yeah, in the east, it's Admiral Benito.
The second I turned FPS boost off, even though the visuals looked a little bit better with the resolution being 4K, it was like, whoa, I can't do this because it felt choppy as shit at 30. So this is gonna have the best of both worlds. It's gonna be that 4K resolution, dynamic, and it's gonna be 60 frames.
We got some amazing performances.
I'm looking forward to it. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't hit native 4K on this. We'll see.
Oh yeah, not far now. So this is actually two little open world kind of objectives here. It was to complete the ambush, but there's also Supremo Bond. I mean, you know what that's.
You need that gunpowder and you need that Supremo Bond. You heard it here. Make sure
it's not on every game, Micah. It's like some games. Depends on the game engine.
And the depleted uranium. I don't know if you.
Some games you maintain it. Some games lose it. So I'm not exactly sure what the difference is with that. And I think it could be because it's boosting the Xbox One version of these games, not the One X version. So if a game had a One X and a One version, so what they're working on supposedly is a res boost as well. I'm curious to see if that's something that's going to work. But yeah, I agree. It would be nice to not lose that.
Spoilers.
And then once this stream wraps in a little over 15 minutes, we got bonus gameplay footage coming for you on the Xbox Twitch channel. We'll tell you all about it at the end of the stream here. But first, we got to blow stuff up.
And what you did there is pretty important. Those AA cannons are protecting the skies. So, you got to take those out in order to fly around with your choppers and flying cars and whatnot. So
listen, was I shot down with from an AA gun? Yes. So it was. Now we're taking a look at Guapo.
Ooh. Yes. Guapo.
I love that they're focusing on the pets too.
You know how I knew Guapo was the right name?
Talk to me.
We had just named Guapo, and we went to do casting. And
His name's Guapo.
The hotel, and this car. I'm not kidding. Pulled right up.
Guapo means good looking.
Said Guapo.
You should know, guys. That's the name of this.
The day after we named
is it a croc?
It's like the stars are aligning.
Or alligator?
It's perfect.
Naveed, I gotta ask, because I don't think this is what you meant, but just in case it is, I gotta ask. You just started. Were you casting the crocodile?
Crocodile.
It's a good question.
We did not have to cast the crocodile. I wish.
Okay.
Have you ever held a croc before?
Oh no.
Did you say held a croc?
Yeah, I've held one. Yeah.
Really?
It's very weird. If If you held
Like
a baby
like a
croc,
full size? Oh, baby. Oh.
not full. It was like mid size. You feel everything when you hold like it's like this thin.
I'm
layer of
not
skin
feeling the
and
CD
just
shooter.
all its organs are there.
Oh.
It's
Anyway,
cool.
This took a turn.
But it needed to
Yeah,
decapitate the
said
guy
that.
in one shot.
You feel everything, like your own mortality, like eons of evolution,
That as well.
like
That as well. You really
Oh, no, Guapo's
rethink
down.
your choices. Look at
Okay,
the
buddy.
jersey.
It's okay, buddy. Wait, Chris, we need to acknowledge this weapon you're using, because you're using
Here we
the
go.
Macarena CD launcher.
yes.
This is the Discos Locos.
Listen, if you got a crocodile around, things are getting loco.
So I was hearing the song play a little bit. Is it when you ADS? Is it when you aim down sights that the song starts playing?
Yeah,
The
I
CD
believe
starts spinning?
It starts spinning. Let's see.
And that's where
Classic
the
bow is
haptic
back.
feedback comes into play as well, because I think if you just hold it down a little, you can just play the song. So we play a lot with the haptic feedback here. It's cool.
That's pretty neat. Now I put this jersey on. A little shout out to the Bay Area folks there. We got some classic.
Yeah,
Georgia
Gator,
boys.
Croc, something like that.
But there's a Guapo move coming up here. It's like a
They kept
very
saying croc.
crocodile move, which
Crocodile,
that's why
so.
I wanted this clip to be included because it's
Very
so
crocodile.
good. Yeah, it's
A
it's
very
like
crocodile move.
quintessential croc as we ride up here into the sun. I
Look at
believe
that
this is
sunset.
sunrise.
I still can't get over the
Sunrise,
idea of casting a crocodile. Just going to like a big casting call. I picture all of them sitting in like a waiting room together, just like very nervous, like going over their lines.
I gotta give a shout out to like our art team and our 3D team and our programmers. Like you're sort of riding by it, but you got rain in this game. You got tropical rain.
Yeah, it's
down
very
there.
pretty right here.
That was a feat.
With the
you know,
sheen
to
on the
pull off.
road
It
with-
just looks
from it being wet.
gorgeous.
And it's like a sun
Especially
shower
on
right here.
The Xbox Series X, yeah. Oh, it's great. The game is stunning.
This dog's gonna run off. Now here's our crocodile moment.
Ooh, oh!
Yeah.
Yikes.
Oh boy. Oh, Guapo.
Oh, the spin, like
sweetheart.
the death spin or whatever. I'm sure there's some
It's
technical
a croc roll.
biological.
Man, look at that.
Croc roll. Death roll says
Why not?
lagging in the
Death
chat.
roll.
Yeah,
Death
I
roll.
mean it's so gnarly. Now we're just gonna do a little some exploration, a few little vignettes here before we get to a final kind of outpost takedown in a little bit. But if you know me, you know that in addition to high chaos, I'm also really down with the aerial takedowns.
Yes. Oh God.
The
You
inclination
don't
was-
Yo.
say.
Oh.
That was nasty.
And the
And the knife
inclination was just right there to like.
In the back.
Chris, I'm impressed. You made me happy there. That was impressive.
I knew you'd enjoy that one, Yusuf. Thank you.
Boop. Just running over the bodies.
Super fun. It's just to listen to the radio and drive around, to be honest. Like, just a ride.
And the music, yeah, there's such a diverse array of music
So
in
good.
here that will pop up as you're playing. I like it also, one of my favorite things is when music is playing in other cars that just drive by, because like that happens a lot on my street. You know, it feels like
Right.
it feels like
Wow.
part of the bigger world, part of your community, just like listening to music as folks.
And our
walk
audio
by.
director, Eduardo Weissman, and his team, including Greg Newby, they spent so much time looking for artists, specifically Latin American artists, that would just feel great and unique to young
And we're gonna get
guys.
some
So,
badass games this holiday,
yeah,
guys.
it's a trip, man. Just drive around, enjoy the sunset, and that's the, I don't know if you're gonna. I think you're sort of doing it here, but that you can holster in Far Cry 6.
Oh yeah.
I can't stress this enough. How different an experience it. I mean, you're not doing that now,
No.
but if
From
you holster,
downtown.
you can. That's it. That's it. Got some Steph Curry action out. But,
Well, so,
but if you
then-
holster, it's a totally different experience.
Yeah.
You get
Then
to-
these dudes roll up, so this is like
This
these
is-
guys have hunted me down. So of course.
Well,
Got
you've
some
been
incendiary rounds?
causing some damage now, Chris.
Yo.
And,
That
Now
horse
I-
is awesome.
Flaming horse. Remember, Far Cry is propagating fire too. So that fire's gonna spread.
Not
You
this
modified
sniper
it.
They
rifle,
implemented
guys.
that back in Far Cry
Yeah.
2.
This is, yeah, so that's a unique weapon. In addition to picking up sort of the highly customizable weapons, you can also pick up unique weapons. So it's got unique cosmetic. If you wind the tape or the clip back once this stream's over, you'll see the different look to it. And it's also got incendiary rounds, as we saw. And I think I got that from doing a Grand Prix race in this area. So if you're looking for it, that might be a place to check out, folks. This is El Este region again. It's in the southeastern part of the map. It'll all make sense to you once you play the game in just over a month. October 7th. It's coming.
You gonna head over to that workbench, Chris? Gonna have some fun over here?
I am, Naveed. I am gonna mess around here. This is we're actually gonna see, because it's slightly out of order, we're gonna see me customizing the file, which I used in one of the earlier clips. So, you know, checking out the various sites you can put on and doing a little customization here.
While we were watching this, Chris, Naveed, I want to go back to something that you brought up, but we didn't quite get to address it completely. The holstering your weapon and how much that changes gameplay. What does that do exactly?
Well, it's something that hasn't existed before in Far Cry, where you holster and you can sort of blend in. You know, no one's gonna really.
Oh, nice. I like this.
Be an average yarn walking around. So it's good for, if you want to go find a treasure hunt, or you want to just take in the sights and drive around and that kind of thing, walk around and enjoy the sunset, so to speak. But it's also good for ambushes. It's also good for sneaking up onto the military. And yeah, it's one of those things that when we put it in there, you realize how much of a difference it makes. It just makes the world feel a lot more realistic. And those ambushes are satisfying when people holstered up. Yeah.
Well, I really love the holstered effect because you also get to like see more of the environment and stuff like that. Now we're gonna see here. This is, well, obviously a gnarly takedown, but this is another Resolver weapon. It shoots like EMPs that stun people, as you can see.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't realize that it was not fully deadly, so I turned around and was like, oh god, they're
Wow.
Hey, you went
KhAos.
See,
look, I'm trying to stay alive here. But just a note on keeping it holstered, I came across an enemy who, he was just on patrol in like a lighthouse or something, and I was able to approach the soldier and bribe him to get a bunch of locations of resources. Whereas if I had my gun out, we would have had to duke it out. So some strategic advantages in terms of like who might be willing to help you out as well.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that you got to keep your eye out for. And remember that that's something you'd find in a revolution, is there are soldiers out there that they're willing to play both sides a little bit. So it's one of the best ways to get intel of the region, what's going on, whether it's treasure hunts or like the Grand Prix races or that kind of thing.
Those guys just pop out.
There you go, right tool for the right job, right?
That's it. And that helicopter did not blow up, as you'll see here.
No.
I mean, I think it might end up blowing up, but like
beauty.
Because he threw a grenade at it.
I
don't want that helicopter. I don't want it.
I'm not mad that it's gonna blow up, but I think it actually I think it took back off. That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
I think
The truck is what blew up.
The pilot was like, and then like was able to take back off. So we're gonna have to bring it back down. Yeah, definitely a great way to like. And so this is like, how do you get a helicopter
down? These are crucial, though.
You gotta explode it or something, but look, like.
But it's also crucial for tanks, not just choppers. Like you gotta be a little creative sometimes. You're not gonna be able to take a tank, with your rifle necessarily, but you might be able to do some EMP on it and steal it for yourself.
Oh yeah, stealing it for yourself. I mean, for sure. That's the name of the game.
That's Garia right there.
All right, here we are up at the Roca Pequeña SAT station, another FND base, and we're gonna do a little takedown here. Will it be stealthy? Will it be not? You're gonna find out. Y'all gonna find out.
And that is the El Susuro.
Yes, we were mentioning it earlier. And this is one of those weapons, like the bow, where you look at the body and you can see a large nail sticking out of it.
That's
It's just like morbidly fun. But
true to life.
first, we got to check out some different looks for our
Oh, look at this!
Ooh.
Look at this!
our lad Chicharron.
Nice.
Looking hot, chicharron.
Partey. Oh my god.
Chicharron with the bling.
It's great. It's great.
So good.
Excited. Who came up with these names? I love it.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, that's a shout out to the team.
All this looks badass.
Tradition of Far Cry, like
Oh, yeah. It's
descriptions,
very typical Far
text,
Cry,
like little mission
you know?
descriptions of being like y'all get funny with it.
We get that is where the most freedom is. Because
Again, I could like personally, I could live without the like homemade weapon stuff.
So once
I'd
it's
rather
out
play
there,
with
it's out
badass
there,
weapons.
It's too late.
Personally.
The team, they spent so much time and love that I think the fans are gonna lose it a bit. There's tons of Easter eggs, jokes, and just amazing work.
But I mean, they have those in the game too, so it doesn't really bother me.
Reading the descriptions, checking out your mission objectives and whatnot, because the writing there is real fun. I'd like you to know that I did not just step on it. Thank you very much.
I was wondering if you were gonna lure the guy over.
Damn.
We're not that advanced, Naveed. That's why we have you here. Got to give us the pro tips, folks. Here's a pro tip from your friends at Ubisoft News Plays: lure enemies onto tripwires, and they'll blow themselves up.
That's why you get That's why you get chorizo.
That's it.
Oh man, chorizo just watching and. Oh, absolutely gnarly. I love it. We're not trying
It took a long time to disable that alarm.
trying to set off
No,
alarms here.
not on this playthrough. I mean, I gotta say it. The one thing I also appreciate about all this stuff is the audio design here, the propaganda. It's all custom. Everything you're hearing is custom. We got a marching band from Latin America to do.
Oh, I want to see this.
Anthem. So it's all unique to Yara. They did an amazing job.
There is if you folks go back and watch the first base takedown, there is some propaganda from Anton describing like what is a rebel and like talking about how they are like, you know, maybe it's a defect of character or like a failure, like just like absolutely eviscerating who he thinks the rebels are. And it's savage. Like
And we did all that propaganda, a lot of that propaganda recording in one day. So there was like a solid 2 hours.
Oh, that's awesome.
Me getting indoctrinated by Giancarlo.
Ooh, what was
this
that?
is great.
I expected
So
rockets
that's the
there.
poison. That's the poison that you just launched, and it's gonna make them go a little crazy now, and potentially start shooting each other.
Yep. And so one goes down, and then
Oh, that's
we bring out the
crazy.
fireworks.
And there we
I
go.
told you they were coming. I told you they were coming, folks.
This delayed satisfaction. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah. And like
There it is. Look at this.
it's so good. Yusuf, I know that's your favorite.
Oh gosh.
Health healing.
Enemy going on the zip line.
Anga SAC saying this firework cannon is a dream come true. It's so good. And might I recommend this next move, folks? Finishing the base takedown with the firework kill will net you just like the festive.
Yes.
There you
festivities
go.
at the end.
That's celebration right there.
Wasn't that something that happened in Far Cry 5? Like when you took out an outpost, like I think it was shoot off fireworks. Now you can
did
just do it yourself.
fireworks. There's a very big 4th of July element to Far Cry 5.
Now, we are winding down this gameplay segment here, folks. We're going to take a nice little plane ride. We will end with another petting of a creature in this world. And then we'll send you off to another live stream over on the Xbox Twitch channel with more gameplay from Far Cry 6, an area that we do not explore in this, so it's going to be new stuff for you to check out. That's coming soon. Stick with us.
I love that you keep trying to pet Chicharron, and You just don't get it.
Look, I just want
Teacher,
to.
it's like I told you once. It's not
That's
happening.
true. That's true. I just want to express my, I don't know, admiration, I guess would be the
Mutual respect.
Mutual respect.
I do feel there is a
you
certain
go.
amount of mutual respect. There's a certain amount of chaos action that that Chicharron sees me engage in, and I believe sees a kindred spirit.
If you say
Scissorman
so,
says.
Chris. If you say so.
Scissorman in chat says that was a weird-looking dog.
This looks awesome too.
That's true.
The plane.
You got some aerial flight happening.
You know, we're just trying to check out the scene, just like getting a lot of verdant, tropical vibes here. You know, if you heard Yusuf before and if you know our streams, you know how this flight's gonna end. And it's not with parking an airplane on a runway.
It's not safely landing the plane.
Yeah, my favorite move is to jump out of the plane and use it as a torpedo. Oh, is that what's? Did I?
Well, not the second part.
Oh,
Again,
I didn't.
again, it's Naveed
I
bringing
didn't
the
wanna
next level
spoil it.
strats. No, see,
Yo.
that's just gonna go somewhere. I don't know. Sorry or you're welcome to whoever that lands on. Depending.
Sorry or you're welcome.
Sorry, you're welcome.
Look at all the greenery everywhere.
I'm gonna say that next time I greet somebody.
It's been great. Sorry or you're welcome. Now, Naveed, in the closing hours while we have you here, you have been, narrative director on this game for some time now. We're nearing release. What are you feeling? Like, are you excitement? Is it relief? Is it just like, what are you looking forward to for launch in just about over a month here?
It's excitement. I think
Hey, what's up?
I might sound a little cheesy.
What's up, Matt?
but
Yeah,
I think I'm just
Eternal. It
excited
does
for
look
the
dope.
team
It looks
more than
good, man.
anything,
Looks like it's gonna be a hella
we've
fun.
dreamed and worked and bonded, and we've gone through so much. So much life can happen in 5 years. Like, my beard was black, when I started this game.
So much to look forward to with
I think
this.
the team has just. I can't emphasize enough how big and dense this game is.
That's the word I was looking for. Wait, sorry, I just paused it because I wanted to talk about this for a second. It's so, everything that we're seeing is like so full of everything, and that's where they chose to put their resources. It's dense. It's dense, and it's like, not in a bad way. It's like there's going to be so much to do in here. It's going to be so packed full of things. And instead of like focusing on, hey, making it necessarily like the biggest graphical showpiece, which I think it still looks great. And it is at times what we're seeing is very beautiful. And this is over a YouTube stream, right? But they chose to put everything where it counts the most, the gameplay in the game itself, the fun of the game. That's why I'm most excited about it. Because it's Far Cry times 11.
Piece of themselves into it, and I think I'm just more excited for the team to finally get to see everyone enjoy their hard work, man.
Excellent. And folks, yes, you can pet the dog.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here. So that is going to be the end of our gameplay on the Xbox Series X here.
Super
during this
impressed.
live stream. But there's more Far Cry 6 gameplay coming your way. And here's what's going to happen. If you're watching this stream on twitch.tv/Xbox, I'm going to stop sending that signal. So your channel is going to go dark for a second, but a new stream is going to start. That's the one that's going to have new gameplay. If you're watching on twitch.tv/Ubisoft, we're going to send you over there. So y'all need to just sit tight. And if you're watching elsewhere, there's more gameplay coming up on Xbox's Twitch channel. You can find your way there. So, first things first, we'll say farewell to Xbox Stream. Thank you for joining us. Come check us out. Ubisoft News Plays. We live stream next on Friday at 10.
All right, guys. That was it. I mean, just holy crap balls. They gave a lot of gameplay. That's how you do it, folks. I mean, just like so many different scenarios. We saw them in buildings, on a ship, in the air, firework launchers, Bow and arrows, alligators, roosters. I mean, you name it, it was there. Good job, Far Cry team. If you couldn't get me any more excited, you know. I definitely love the direction that they're taking with this game. I think it's going to be awesome. That was reactions to it, guys. I mean, it's more Far Cry. Certain things like, hey, the homemade weapons, I'm not super crazy about. Whatever. There, like a couple of things look suspect earlier graphically when they showed like the some of the like plants early in the gameplay thing that we just saw. Some of the plants they were sitting by. I was like, oh, okay. This is just like nitpicky, pointless stuff. Like if you're playing Far Cry and you're sitting there to just look at things like that to nitpick it, that's fine. I'm not trying to do that, but as far as the game itself, just wow. Like it's beautiful, so dense, colorful. It looks like Far Cry 3, but more, you know. Um I think they're doing an awesome job with the direction that they took with that game, where they decided to put all their focus. Yeah, heck yeah, Matt. So much stuff, so many weapons. So like, it's gonna be a blast, and we're gonna get it on next gen consoles, so it's gonna be running well as well. So, if guys, that's gonna do it for this stream. I was gonna do Dying Light 2 as well. I may start up another stream here shortly for that. But if not, I will do that tomorrow. Because I'm not Dying Light 2. Dead Space. Sorry. Dead Space had a thing today. And I wanted to watch that. And I wanted to do this whole thing again. But Dead Space. Because that looks like it's going to be pretty cool. See they're supposedly showed some early things from that. We'll see. I might do that tomorrow. But hey, everybody in the chat, you guys rock. Thank you for hanging out. And hope you had fun watching Far Cry 6. And I hope you enjoy the stream. So thank you for hanging out. Appreciate it. Matt, Micah, Eternal, Rick, X Burke, 10 Feet, Digital, Black, Ollie, let's see who else. KY, Asante, Crazy. You guys all rock. Jasper, thank you all for hanging out and watching this. You guys, see you again. Take it easy. Bye.